right, so this is gonna be like a super quick, super informative. All right, no, I had to share this with you. Took a picture of these crankbaits that I was selling before I put them on like eBay or whatever. Sent them to a buddy of mine. He said, yeah, I want them. So I sold them all to him. Made me some money off some crankbaits. But anyway, he was looking at my Carolina rig rod and he was like, dude, this doesn't look right. I'm like, what? You should do this and you should do this. You don't have a clacker. Like, I don't know what a clacker is. I just started throwing a Carolina rig like 2 years ago. Maybe 2 years ago. Seriously throwing it last year. Swear to God, I've never thrown a Carolina rig. I've always dragged a jig or a wobble head or cranked or drop shot, you know, like, Carolina rig, everybody knows this, you know. I'm like, well, I didn't know it, and I didn't really research Carolina rig, and I just kind of seen some pictures and tied it up, and I mean, I've been catching fish, but the thing is, he showed me something totally different, and it's perfect. You know, like when you're casting like a Carolina rig, you cast it out. Sometimes the weight will stay back as the bait goes. So you've got like 10 yards of line from the weight to the bait, and the weight drops like 10 foot in front of your boat, and you know what I'm saying? Or is it just me? He said, and I love tungsten weights on my Carolina rig. Let me see if I can get this in focus. There it is. Oh no, yep, there it is. So see what he did here? Come on, stay in focus, please. There it is. You can see the two bobber stoppers. Like there's one in front of the weight and then there's one behind the bead. Kind of protects the knot, and that's what he was saying. He gives like a little bit of space in front of the weight so it's not flinging all over. Up, focus. There we go. So it's not going all the way up your line like when you're casting, and it totally made sense. And he also warned me about this glass bead I have on, that it'll break and trade my line. But you know what? That's all I got right now. I've been catching fish on Carolina rigs. Right? I like throwing it. I like dragging that mug and feeling the bottom, and especially using like a 3/4 ounce tungsten weight, you can really feel it, and you'll get spoiled by those tungstens too. Like when you put lead on, I broke one off. I broke two off the other day fishing with Captain Billy. I had one, set the hook. Well, you kind of like sweep it, you know, and it broke. I couldn't figure out, you know, so I had to use lead, and lead is like, a lead weight is kind of like drinking a non-alcoholic beer to me, once you get used to tungsten. But tungsten just, yeah, it's expensive, but I normally don't get hung up that bad with a Carolina rig. So he like showed me that tip, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, I can't wait to go fishing. I was gonna go out today, and I've about had a heat stroke just getting in my truck and starting it up. So I'm gonna go later because it's like 90 something degrees outside. It's hot, you know, whatever. It's, yeah, I don't need to go out, you know. I don't need to, so I'll go out later. Carolina rig, that's quick little tip for you. Swivel, the bobber stopper, the bead, tungsten weight, and another bobber stopper. I haven't used it yet, I'm gonna try it, but I thought it was kind of cool when he said that. Keep that weight from sliding up when you cast it. Also throwing this on a 7.4 medium heavy Denali lithium, of course, and a BB1 Pro Lose speed spool. 17-pound Sunline shooter on this with a 12-pound, I have a mono leader with this little dude right here. That's the bellows stick, G-Crack. And I swear it smells like Fritos. You could dip this in cheese sauce and eat it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. I didn't say that. I'm taking it back. The other bait that I love to throw is it's called a bunny hog, and G-Crack makes it as well. I just like G-Crack soft plastics. I mean, like if you watched the video a couple days ago, I caught a bedfish in June off the bellows gill, the little 2.5 inch or whatever size it was. And buddy worked on it. I put that, flopped it in there, I think second cast, and caught him. But this is the bunny hog, and that's a great freaking Carolina rig bait. These flappers right here, very bulbous, and they will float. Another thing is I was throwing 12-pound fluorocarbon on my Carolina rig because I didn't have any mono at all. Like all I got's fluorocarbon and braid. Tied on the mono leader, and you know, I don't really see a difference in bites or anything like that. It's supposed to float, but whatever. Try that little quick tip, you know, if you want to. Bobber stopper, the weight, the bead, and you're supposed to have a clacker, which I don't have any clackers. I'm gonna get some, I guess. And then another bobber stopper to kind of protect that knot. on the swivel. So I got another tip I'm gonna show you on some Carolina rigging that David Davis told me about too that's really nifty, is taking a pool noodle. I'll get to that in another video. Thanks for watching. Catch me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and until next time, you know the dealio. Catch you on the flip flop.